What we are talking about here is how Necto server works. We would like to give you some info, a basic info from bird's eye, how it works, so you'll be familiar with it better. So first of all, I have a client or many clients that are connecting to my machine. My machine has Windows Server 2008, 64-bit, like we said before. On top of it, we have Necto server. Now, on the side, we see here some analysis server with customer data. This analysis service can be connected to data warehouse that it works upon. Of course, this data warehouse can be all of this data is being done by some kind of ETL. It is being passed to this data warehouse. So what we are seeing here is the service that is being run in the background. So we can see that we have a BI server that connects to the analysis services. And this is what's doing the BI calculations. So actually, we have a BI display that gives the user the ability to do all of its slice and dice and the member selection. And then after all of this is being done, everything that the user is doing is being sent and received by the BI server. Now we also have an admin web services and an admin server to do some other stuff like administration of workboards, social, users and roles, etc. Actually, the administrator can get to any user, any role, change the properties of it, change the topics that this user is interested in, and so on. So a simple user will see, if he'll get to this to the settings menu, will see only data sources and models, while the admin will see lots of other options like you saw in my presentation before. Okay, now the Necto software actually uses a SQL server for its databases. So actually we have 4 databases, relational databases that we install and we create in the first time the Necto is being installed. So we enable you to use these databases in 2 ways. One way, to put it in an existing SQL server in a different machine. The other way is to put it in an existing SQL server on the same machine. Now we also have another option that comes with the Necto server installation. We can install automatically a SQL Express. So actually this SQL Express has no license fee, and then it's free of charge because we only need the relational properties, and we can use that as well. So I have 3 options. One of them is SQL Server on another server, the other is SQL Server on this server, or SQL Express that will be installed when the Necto will be installed. Okay, speaking of which, we have also a UDC. A UDC, like we explained, enables us to connect to a cube. Actually, it makes the cube automatic behind the scene, but we can define a different server for UDC to work on. So actually, if I'm looking here at the BI server, so the BI server can be connected to an analysis server that gives me all of the information for my about my data warehouse, and then the UDC can be connected to a different server. Now, another option is to connect them both to the same server and not to this server. So them both can be connected and used by same server. For example, what I'm doing here now in the demo environment, everything is on the same server. So on the same server, I have a SQL Server, not SQL Express, but SQL Server 2008 R2, and then I have a UDC defined on the same server. So everything works here. And then, speaking of which, we have also the relational database. Sorry. Oh. I know something is wrong. 1 second, please. So we have also the relational database that we are using. So actually, we have 3 connections defined here. One of them. Wait a second, please. Okay. I have some issues here with the presentation. Okay, so one connection is for the relational database, which can be also here. The other is for the analysis services, and the other is for the UDC, which can also be on the same server where the analysis services is on. Everything is being defined when installing Necto. Okay, we talked about security, and I would like to show you the server itself. 1 second, please. Okay. So what do I have in the server itself? So actually, what I have here is a Necto services icon that enables me to stop all services or to start them all. I have an about saying that I'm using this version. I also have some other stuff. Let's click here on Necto Administrator Service. When installing Necto, what I'll see here is Necto BI Service Desktop, which we saw, SDK, which gives me the ability to connect to the Necto and customize it, and to monitor every event that is happening around. And then I have a Utilities Manager, Admin Log Viewer, and Necto Administrator Service. Okay. If I'll click on the cube that I showed you before, the cube, Necto Administrator Service, I'll be able to see a lot of things happening around. So first of all, Necto Administrator Service. I can restart the service, stop service, or go to configuration or tools. Okay, let's see what configuration gives us. So configuration gives us a lot of configuration properties. So I can define my BI environment, roll-up access layer, a lot of definitions that is being done usually one time, and that's it. Let's see what else do we have here. So things that are more likely to be changed are a log viewer. So we have a log viewer here that we can use. We can see which XML everything is being written to. We can export everything to Excel as well. Later on, we will have some. We will have cubes and workboards that gives you the ability to control and to see what's happening and how users are using the system. So we can also migrate the dashboard, a workboard. So actually, what we are enabling here is a migration of all of the workboards with this migration tool. Okay, Another option is to do export and import in the UI itself. But here we are actually migrating it from Panorama Nova View to Necto. So what I'm doing here, this is the main difference between a regular export in the UI. So here, for example, if you had an overview desktop and you would like to upgrade to Necto, all you have to do is install Necto on a different machine, and then migrating the workboard, the dashboard that one used in the Nova View to be a workboard in your new machine. Now, as you see here, it's very simple. You just click here on a server name, dashboard server, database, and username, and that's it. Clicking here on and checking these members will give you the ability to migrate everything, and it just gets all of your dashboards and migrates it. Okay. I will answer to questions shortly, not before I finish all of this. So update database settings. Second. Okay. I have to stop all of these database settings, all of the services for the database settings to work, and I don't want to do that. So I won't do that, but I can also click here and update database services. Another thing I would like to show you is what databases do we create when we install Necto. So actually I would like to get to the database engine. Now you see that I have Panorama Admin, Panorama Audit, Panorama Cube Generator. Panorama is a general database. We have a lot of things inside. For instance, we have a cache log, deliveries, use date, users and views cache, and so on. We also have a Panorama Admin database, which is for administrative use. Okay. And we also have a Panorama Audit database, which gives us the ability to audit and to log every operation in the background. Another database is Panorama Cube Generator database, which enables the UDC to work and to generate information as a cube. So these are the four databases, and as I said before, it can be installed on the same server or on a different server. Another thing that I didn't say is that while installing the Necto, if you had a Nova View before, you have to install it on a different server. It can't be on the same server. So this is very important to understand because it can't be on the same server. Okay, so you first of all you have to put it on a different server, and then if you would like, you can clean the other server, but not before you migrate all of your workload. Okay, let's go out of this. Okay, good question. Tom is asking if there is a difference when migrating from a different versions of NovaView. So no, there is no difference. Migrating from NovaView is very simple. You just fill in the details. If you have something misunderstood, just call our support and they will help you with it. And that's it. So just migrating has no impact. Now, another question is, if it cannot be installed on the same server. So it cannot be installed on the same server. That's right. NovaView and the Necto cannot live together on the same server. These are different softwares, but they cannot live on the same server. So actually, NovaView is working on 32-bit and Necto is on 64-bit, so it's another prerequisite. So another question Emil is asking is, will Necto Desktop become irrelevant in future editions of Necto? So the answer is yes, but I cannot tell when, because I don't know the exact roadmap. But yes, it's in the roadmap to put all of the features that still exist in the Necto Desktop inside the Necto UI, so every user can access it and use the wonderful features we have in the Necto Desktop. Other than defining KPIs, what would be the other reasons to use Necto Desktop? Okay, so one reason to use Necto Desktop would be one reason to use Necto Desktop will be using sets and defining sets with the option to use them every time I change a parameter. So that's one thing. We haven't put that yet in the Necto itself. Another reason is using deliveries. So deliveries are still being defined from the Necto desktop. Deliveries, if we are not familiar with deliveries, just a couple of words. Deliveries are the option to deliver exceptions that happens every time the data refreshes, or every time you would like to schedule it, and then just send it to a specific user by mail or any other way. So actually, if I have a workboard that contains exceptions, and this exception occurs suddenly in the data, I would like a business user to know about it before he gets into the workboard and sees it. So actually, these deliveries gives this information in the mail. So that is being done as well from the Necto server environment, and not from the Necto UI environment, but it will go there in the near future.